Hello, dear students, dear audience, parents, and teachers. This is our entry procedures orientation for international degree-seeking students, Minchuan University, in the fall semester 2021. So we would like to invite Dr. Nathan Liu, the Director of International Education and Exchange Division, to give us some welcoming remarks. So Dr. Liu, please.
Okay, thank you, Ivy, and students, teachers, parents. This is really our great honor to not really seeing you, but to contact you over the platform. With this platform, I think we can provide you some very useful information about your entry procedures. As you all know, given the current COVID-19 situation, many countries around the world have been impacted very seriously and facing very, very serious challenges. Taiwan is no exception. Taiwan also faced serious challenges over the past year. The Over the past year, we had two outbreaks. The first one is around October last year, and the next one is in May this year. But fortunately for us, these two outbreaks end up not very serious because we have these two outbreaks under control. So right now, Taiwanese people are living a pretty normal life. People here in Taiwan go out for dinner, seeing people, going to school, go shopping, live a pretty normal life. And of course, we also need to conduct a lot of pandemic prevention procedures, including wear mask all the time, and also you also need to meet all the requirements set by the government wherever you go. And also because of that, this time the entry procedures will be a little bit difficult or more complicated because you need to meet certain requirements, including a test, including these quarantine places booking, and also 7 days self-health management, which means that before officially entering campus, you need to stay. After you enter Taiwan, you also need to stay out of campus for at least 21 days, which is long, but don't worry about that. You're under good control, good hands. We'll be here helping you. And if you have any questions you want to ask, don't hesitate. You could just type in your questions in the chat room. We also have colleagues online waiting aside to answer all your questions. So please don't hesitate. Any questions in the middle of presentation, just type in your questions. We'll be answering your questions on time immediately. Again, I don't want to waste too much of your time, and I would like to express my sincere welcome. And I do hope that I will see you in person next month, every and each one of you, next month in person. Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Nathan Liu, for his encouragement. And then without further ado, we would like to start our presentation today. So as Professor just mentioned, please, students, just write down your questions in the chat room, and our colleagues will respond to you immediately. So don't be shy, okay? So let's just continue with our presentation. So where's Taiwan? This is a world map. Taiwan is small, but we have 23 million population living on this small island. And then Minchuan University was founded in 1957. So this year we are celebrating for 64 years old. And next year we will be 65 years old. That will be a very big celebration for the university birthday. Our Taoyuan campus is located in the city center of Taipei. And then on your right hand side, you can see the campus pictures. The campus was built on the hills and the mountains. So don't worry, students, you can take the elevators. Yes, we have elevators on campus. So if you don't want to climb the steps, elevators is the right choice for you. And beautiful night view, of course. And on your left hand side, you can see the pictures of our Taoyuan campus. Taoyuan campus is very big, it's huge, and it's very beautiful. area, and it's close to our international airport, Taiwan Taoyuan International Airport is just very close by, about 30 to 40 minutes drive. And the next page, Minchuan University, we have 11 schools. Yes, okay. Hey, the signal is stable now this time, I think. Okay. All right, so we just continue. 11 schools, management, communication, and law are located in Taipei campus, and the rest are located in Taoyuan. International college, half-half. So if you are international college majors, you will be studying in Taipei or Taoyuan campus. We'll give you a clear picture next page, all right? So the total student population of Minchuan University is more than 18,600 students. We have more than 940 degree-seeking international students. So if you join us this fall, I think we're going to have more than 1,000 international degree-seeking students. So you won't be the only one. Trust me, you are not alone, okay? You can find your countrymen on Minchuan campus. More than 2,000 students are coming from outside of Taiwan, from all over the world. So you can find different nationalities just in your class, okay? And this is Taipei campus majors. If you are in international college, business and trade program, journalism and mass communication, fashion and innovation, bachelor degrees are all in Taipei campus. International affairs master program also in Taipei. And the next page, our Taoyuan campus majors. International college, applied computing, travel and tourism, international affairs and diplomacy are in Taoyuan. And the rest of the colleges and majors are also in Taoyuan campus. We have education, applied languages, tourism, design, health technology, information technology, social science, financial technology. Yes, so there are more students on Taoyuan campus. So starting this weekend, the past weekend, we have the approval from the Ministry of Education, the MOE, the Ministry of Education of Taiwan government. Schools can start the entry procedures for international degree-seeking students in the upcoming fall semester 2021. And this is the schedule, a planned schedule. So by the end of August, we already report your names to the MOE, to the Ministry of Education. And just the past weekend, Sunday, actually 2 days ago, we received an approval from the MOE. And your names are on it. So this is the official letter from the Ministry of Education. And you're going to need to present this document when you apply for a visa at the Taipei representative office in your place or in your country. And then by September 10th, that will be this Friday, we will email you your MCU student ID number, your student system password, Teams ID, Teams password, and we will explain to you how you can select your courses online next week, because next week we're going to have another online orientation for the registration procedures. So just join us online again. And for today's PPT, the following slides, don't worry, we will upload it to our website, so you can download this PPT and you can read it again and again for the details. So where you can download this PPT, visit our website. Please visit the International Education and Exchange Division, IEE. Yes, our office is IEE. IEE office website, https://IEE.mcu.edu.tw. This is our office website. You come here and then you click on news and you can find the online orientation and then click to download the PPT. Okay? And this is the official letter from the Ministry of Education. You can download it from the website. After you download it, you print it out. And then please contact the Taipei representative office near your place. Ask them, what documents do you need to prepare? Because you have to apply for a visa, a resident visa to enter Taiwan. And when you get your visa, please contact Minchuan, contact us. So we can help you for the following procedures. So remember to download this document from the website. You have to download it and print it out by yourself. Okay? So what you should do now is apply for the visa. After you get the visa, please contact Minchuan, contact MCU, Office of International Student Service, OISS office. This is very important step, okay? Because the teachers in OISS office will guide you through the following procedures. They will guide you step by step. So don't worry, they will be here to help you. So you have to contact OISS teachers. If you are studying in Taipei campus, you contact Miss Crystal and Miss Nancy. And if you are studying in Taoyuan campus, please contact Miss Betty and Miss Teresa. They are the experts. They will help you step by step. So when you get your visa, please email contact them. Send your passport copy and your visa copy to their email address, and they will add you to the Line group. With the Line app, you can communicate with the teachers anytime, okay? So the teachers will help you. They will explain to you when you can book the flights to Taiwan and then where you're going to stay for your quarantine requirement. And you also need to fill in the OISS Google form. The teachers will also email you the Google form link. So don't worry. Just follow the instructions step by step. So when you fill in the Google form, the OISS Google form, you need to upload a copy of your flight itinerary and the quarantine confirmation proof. After you finish all this information online, keep in touch with OISS teachers. Okay? The OISS, then they will help you to apply for an entry permit with the Ministry of Education because you're going to need an entry permit to enter Taiwan. You need a passport, you need a visa, and you also need the entry permit with you on board to Taiwan. Okay? So this is the schedule for the registration, and we will explain to you in more details next week. Just, take a look, and then keep in mind, please go to our website, go to the IEE website, and pay attention to the time, okay, to the link. And then next week, we'll explain to you how you can join Teams online classrooms and how you can online course selection. Because for new students, you have required courses to follow, and you also have to choose your elective courses. So we will explain to you how you can do it online by yourself. You need to log in your Minchuan student system to add the elective courses by yourself. And also in October, actually before the 15th of October, you need to pay tuition fees to Minchuan University bank account. Okay, you need to do it to complete your registration. And before the end of the fourth semester, January, you need to submit the verified certificates to us, okay, to Academic Affairs Office in Minchuan University to complete your registration procedure. All these schedule we will explain in more details next week. So when this is a small reminder, okay, when you are going to apply for a visa at the Taipei representative office, please remember to verify your documents as well, because you have to verify your original diploma and also the original transcripts. Okay, so if you are a high school graduate, then you need to verify the diploma of your high school degree. And then if you are a college graduate, then you need to verify the original diploma of your college certificate, graduation certificate. Number 2 is the original transcripts. The original transcripts of all the school years. Okay, seems like something wrong with the earphones. I have to change to another earphone. Okay, just wait for me. Okay, so I'm back. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Sorry for the technical issue, all right? I'm very, very sorry for the technical issue. Okay, we already original transcripts. Yes, we need to verify the original transcripts of all the school years. So if you're high school students, then you should have your 3 years high school transcripts. And if you're a college graduate, and then in college you should have 2 or 3 or 4 years transcripts. So it depends on how many years you study. If the documents are not in English or Chinese version, please, you have to get it translated. You have to prepare English or Chinese translation version, and you need to verify that translation version as well. It's very important, okay? Because if your diploma or if your transcript is already is only in Thai language, sorry, we cannot read Thai. We only read English or Chinese. So we need you to verify the original, the Thai version of your diploma, the Thai version of your transcripts, and also the English or the Chinese translation version of the documents. Very important, okay? Remember, students, when you go to apply for your visa, please verify your documents together. Okay? Any questions, just leave it in the comments, in the chat room. We will get back to you right away. Okay, next page. This is the quarantine and self-health management procedure. So Taiwan government required all passengers, all travelers entering Taiwan should complete 14-day quarantine and 7-day self-health management, total 21 days. It's a requirement for everyone, including you, international student. So how to calculate, how to count 21 days? The day of your arrival counted as day 0, not day 1, okay? The arrival day, 0 day, 0. Then the next morning, day 1. Okay, we start count from the next day of your arrival. So day 1 to day 14, you have to stay in the quarantine facility. And then when you finish 14 days, on day 15, you can move to your 7-day health management location. Can be a different location, maybe, if you stay in a hotel or in a dormitory. So on day 15, you can move to another location. So the first 14 days in the facilities, quarantine facilities, you cannot go out. You have to stay indoor, inside the quarantine facilities for 14 days. And then on the day 15 until day 21, for the 7-day health management, you can stay in a hotel or you can stay in the school dormitory. During these 7 days, when you go out, you have to put on your mask. Wear your mask when you need to go out during this 7-day self-health management. For the total 21 days, you cannot come into the campus. 21 days, you cannot come into the campus. It's very important, okay? You are allowed to enter campus after you complete 21 days requirement. So on day 22, if everything is okay, you feel okay, you feel all right, on day 22, you can enter the campus and you can attend the classes on campus face to face. So during your quarantine, 14-day quarantine, and during your 7-day self-health management period, you have to take the classes online. All right, very important, okay? So for the students, on the 10th day of the quarantine, day 10, you need to use the home test kit by yourself to test your virus by yourself, okay? And you have to report to us the result. And the home test kit will be given to you at the airport upon your arrival. Please keep it safe. Don't lose it. Okay, the home test kit will be given to you at the airport. And on day 12 of the quarantine, you have to do a PCR test at designated hospital. And then the PCR test fee will be paid by the Taiwanese government. If you are staying in the quarantine, the government arranged quarantine facilities, then the PCR test will be done at the facilities. And if you are staying in a hotel, quarantine hotel, you have to visit a hospital nearby to take the PCR test. It's a little bit different. So don't worry, don't feel confused. We will guide you through that, okay? The OISS teachers will explain to you what you should do next. And then when you complete your quarantine on day 15, you need to take a taxi to your rental place. I mean, you can stay in the private apartment rented by yourself, or you can take the taxi to Minchuan dormitory for the 7-day self-health management. Yes, we have dormitory especially for 7-day self-health management. So on day 15, when you finish 14-day quarantine, you have to move. You have to move into a location for the 7-day self-health management requirement. And after you complete the 7 days self-health management, you can come to school and you can attend the classes face to face. So we hope you're clear now about the 21 days quarantine requirement. So during your 14-day quarantine requirement, the 14-day quarantine requirement, you can stay in government arranged quarantine facilities, which is strongly advised. Yes, our government, Taiwanese government, arranged quarantine facilities for travelers coming into Taiwan. You can stay there because economically, the price is not very expensive. So please consider the government arranged quarantine facilities economically affordable. Or if you think you prefer like 5-star hotel, if you like to pay for quarantine hotels, of course, you can stay in the quarantine hotels, pay by yourself for 14 days. We'll explain to you about the quarantine hotels next page. And for this page, we will talk about the government arranged quarantine facilities. So the students, when you arrived at the airport, if you stay in the government arranged quarantine facilities, you will be assisted by the Taiwan CDC personnel. They will meet you at the gate, arrival gate, and they will guide you through the whole procedures. And then when you arrive at the quarantine facilities, you have to take a test, the PCR test when you arrive at the facilities. And again, you need to take a home kit test between the 10th and the 12th day, and also a PCR test between the 12th and the 14th days. So if the test results are negative, then you can leave the quarantine facilities. But if you have any symptoms, you have to tell us. You have to tell the personnel at the quarantine facilities. You have to tell them how you feel. If you show any symptoms of fever, loss of taste or smell, if you have any uncomfortable like headache or fever, please let us know. And when you enter the airport, for the students entering the airport or from the following high-risk countries, the 8 high-risk countries, including Brazil, India, the United Kingdom, Peru, Israel, Indonesia, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. These 8 countries, including transit, okay, including transit. If you're coming from these 8 countries via the airport or transit in the last 14 days, you have to stay at the government-arranged quarantine facilities. You have to stay there. You have no other choice because it's Taiwanese government regulation. If you are coming from these 8 countries, include transits, you have to stay in government-arranged quarantine facilities. And then you will not be required to pay for the quarantine facilities fees because it's paid by the Taiwanese government. Yes, so if you're coming from these 8 countries, you don't need to pay for the quarantine facility, the 14-day quarantine facility accommodation and testing fees or meals, because it's all included in the government quarantine facilities. If you are not coming from these 8 high-risk countries, but if you would like to stay in the government quarantine facilities, yes, you can do that. You can self-pay at your own expenses. You can self-pay to stay in the government arranged quarantine facilities accommodation. So how much is it? 1,500 NT per day, including 3 meals. It's very affordable, economically very affordable. So that's why we strongly recommend you to stay in this government arranged quarantine facilities for 14 days. So 1,500 per day multiplied by 14. So how much you need to pay for 14 days? 21,000 NT. Yes, 21,000 NT, including 3 meals. Okay. And the next page is about quarantine hotel. I know some students prefer staying in a hotel. They think it's more comfortable. You have to book a quarantine hotel by yourself if you prefer to do so. This is the link that you can find the quarantine hotels available in Taiwan. You visit the link and you can search by different prices or by the locations of the hotel. And the price varies because some quarantine hotels, 5 stars, of course, more expensive, right? So this is just estimated amount, 2,000 to 2,500 to 3,000 per person per room for 1 day. For multiplied by 14, then you need to prepare 35,000 to 42,000 for the quarantine hotel for 14 days, not including meals. Okay, so if you prefer to stay in the quarantine hotel, you need to prepare more money, of course. So in the quarantine hotel, you have to take a test at the airport, the PCR test, COVID-19 PCR test. When you arrive at the airport, you have to take this test. And then you have to take a quarantine vehicle, usually a taxi, from the airport directly to your quarantine hotel. So book the hotel by yourself, and then you have to pay directly to the quarantine hotels for your 14-day quarantine period. Okay, so when you are staying in a hotel, on the 10th day, you need to take a rapid test, a rapid home test inside the quarantine hotel by yourself and tell us the result. And then on the 12th day, you need to take a PCR test at a local hospital nearby. So the University Minchuan will help you to transport to that hospital close by to take the test. So that's why you have to stay in touch with us. You have to stay in touch with OISS teachers so we can tell you what you should do now on day 10th or on day 12 or on day 15th. So step by step, you will be assisted. So don't worry, don't panic. Okay? When you finish 14-day quarantine, when you finish that in the government arranged quarantine facilities, or you finish 14-day at quarantine hotel, when everything's all right, you feel all right, you feel no problem, then on day 15, you can move out because you have to move into your 7-day self-health management location. So for the 7-day self-health management location, you can choose to stay in a hotel, or you can stay in a private apartment rented by yourself, or you can stay in Minchuan in school arranged self-health management dormitory. So you have 3 choices for the 7-day self-health management: hotel, private apartment, 1 person per room, rent by yourself, or Minchuan school arranged self-health management dormitory, 1 person per room. So 3 choices you have to choose. If you wish to stay at Minchuan school arranged self-health management dormitory, and the fee is about 800 NT per day, very good price, and also very competitive. Okay, please let us know if you want to stay in the school arranged self-help management dormitory for 7 days, and then the price is 800 per day, not including daily meals, electricity, air conditioning, beddings, or personal necessities. You have to pay extra. This 800 is only for the dormitory, only for the room price only. So we have to prepare more for your daily meals. Before boarding, what you should do is step by step. Before you take the flight to Taiwan, please, you need to provide a certificate of a negative COVID-19 PCR test result issued within 3 working days. For example, if your flight departs on September 30th, then your PCR test result must be issued on the 27th, 28th, or 29th of September. Okay, within 3 days before you board the flight. And the PCR test result must be issued by the medical institution qualified in your local government. Okay, and the certificate should be written in English, Chinese, or both English and Chinese bilingual version. The certificate should also include the information about you, your name on your passport, your birthday, passport number, the PCR, the specimen collection date, the test report date, the virus name, testing methods, and the result, negative result, of course. Please prepare this certificate and bring it with you on board. And number 2 is the testing method. It's very difficult to pronounce all these technical terms, so I'm going to leave it to yourself. Please show these technical terms to your doctors, to the local hospitals. Tell them you have to take the PCR test, and the testing method should be this, and that. Okay, so show these technical terms to the hospitals in your country. And then number 3, when you are about to board the flight to Taiwan, you have to present your certificate, this PCR negative test result certificate, to the airline staff. You have to present to them, yes, I'm tested negative. So they will allow you on board. Okay. Before departure, step number 2, what you should do is log in the quarantine system for entry within 48 hours before arriving in Taiwan. You can log in this system if you have a local Taiwanese mobile number. I know some students can buy a local, the Taiwanese mobile number locally, like maybe in Thailand or in Japan. Some service providers can sell you the Taiwanese SIM card locally. So visit the service provider, telecom service provider in your country. You can tell them you are traveling to Taiwan and you would like to purchase a Taiwanese SIM card for you to use, including data, okay, unlimited data and calls. Okay, if you can get a Taiwanese phone number before you come to Taiwan, if you can get a phone number, please log in the quarantine system for entry within 48 hours before arriving in Taiwan. You log in this system, and then you have to enter your personal information. Okay, you have to there's a long list of information you need to fill in. Okay, and then when you finish this quarantine system for entry, when you finish filling the information, you will receive a message after you arrive in Taiwan. When you turn on your mobile phone, a message will be sent to your mobile phone. If you do not have a Taiwanese phone number, don't worry, you can buy one after you arrive in Taiwan. In Taiwanese airport, in our airport, you can buy a SIM card, okay, when you arrived. So don't worry, if you don't have one now, you can come to Taiwan and buy a Taiwanese mobile number in our airport. Also, before departing from your home, I need you to write it down. It's very important. You have to double check again that you bring the following documents with you to the airport. Remember to bring your passport, of course, passport and overseas student entry permit. We will email that to you, okay? The OISS teachers will help you to apply for this overseas student entry permit. When we have that entry permit ready for you, we will email to you and you can print it out by yourself. Please remember to print out the entry permit before you take the flight. You can put that entry permit together with your passport and the visa. Number 4, if you are under age of 18, if you're really young, under age of 18, remember to bring a parental consent letter and copies of your parents' ID cards. Because you are underage, you need your parents' signatures to buy a Taiwanese SIM card and to stay in the government-arranged quarantine facilities. These 2 documents you can prepare now. You can download the documents, download the forms from our office website, from IE website news. This is our website. Click into our website news and then download the forms. Print it out. And please ask your parents to sign their names. Do that. You can do it now, even now, okay? So ask your parents to give you a copy of their ID cards. Number 5, cash. We need you to prepare cash, NT dollars, cash, or foreign currency, or credit cards. Okay, and then your mobile phone. Yes, your mobile phone. If you would like to use your mobile phone now, if you already have a mobile phone with you and you want to continue using that in Taiwan, please check with your telecom company in your country. Check with them because you need to make sure your mobile phone is compatible with the Taiwanese system. People say that if you're from Japan or USA, Central South America, or if you're from Europe, it seems like you have to activate some function in your mobile phone so that you can use that in Taiwan or for international travel. So students, please figure that out first, okay? You have time to figure that out. Contact your phone company, your telecom company in your country. Figure out, make sure you can continue to use your mobile phone in Taiwan. And also your credit cards. If you already have your credit cards with you or credit cards by your parents, from your parents, make sure you can use that for international travel and then also in Taiwan. Okay, check now. And this is the quarantine system for entry. You can fill that in if you have a Taiwanese phone number. You can fill in this system 48 hours before you take the flight. If you don't have a Taiwanese phone number, you can do this after you arrive in Taiwan, after you buy a phone number, and then you can fill in this information online and then submit it, okay? It's a requirement. Everyone must do this. You have to complete this quarantine system for entry, step by step. And this is also the information you need to fill in. I know there are many information kind of confusing at the moment, so don't worry. The OISS teachers, Nancy, Crystal, Betty, and Teresa, they are the experts. They will guide you through step by step. They will tell you how you can fill in the quarantine system for entry. And then this is a special note for students coming from the 8 high-risk countries. Remember, we talked about the 8 high-risk countries, including transits. If you are coming from these 8 high-risk countries, then you have to stay in the government-arranged quarantine group facilities. So you have to take the group quarantine, okay, in this system. You have to take this choice. Okay, landing in Taiwan. Step number 3. You have to show your health declaration receipt on your mobile phone for verification by the on-site personnel, the CDC personnel. So number 1, upon your landing, you will seat the representatives of the Ministry of Education. The personnel will greet you. They will say hello to you at the gate. Don't feel shocked, okay? They'll just greet you and they will check your name. Make sure you are the students on the list, and then the personnel will give you a sticker. When they give you a sticker, please put the sticker on your left arm. Put it on your left arm and don't remove it. Just leave it there, okay? Put the sticker on your left arm. And then you follow their instructions. They will tell you, please turn on your mobile phone. If you already log in, if you already have a Taiwanese phone number, if you already complete the quarantine system for entry, then you turn on your mobile phone. An electronic health declaration receipt will be sent to your phone via text message. If you don't have a Taiwanese mobile number, you can buy one. You can buy a SIM card at the telecom service provider in the airport. In the airport, yes, in the control area, you can buy a Taiwanese SIM card. And after you have a phone number, then you can complete the quarantine system for entry. You can complete step by step, filling your information and your phone number. Okay, this is very important. You need to fill in your phone number in Taiwan. That's why you need a Taiwanese phone number, a SIM card. And then when you finish this quarantine system for entry, you finish the system, you can show your mobile phone to the CDC inspection personnel. They will ask you, have you completed the quarantine system for entry? Then show them your mobile phone. Show them the message, okay? Show them, yes, I already completed. And they will take a look at your mobile phone. Then you can give them the declaration form, tell them, oh, this is your documents. They will check one by one all the documents. And then number 5, you have to go through the carry-on items checkpoint. You have carry-on, like for example, your laptop, your backpack, or your carry-on luggage. You need to be checked by the customs. And then number 6, change for the NT cash. If you don't have NT cash, you can change the money at the airport. Please make the money exchange at the airport. It's very convenient to do that in the airport. And number 7, immigration checkpoint. You have to show the immigration officers your passport, your visa, your entry permit. Okay. So in the blue highlights, in the blue colors, is for the students coming from the high-risk countries. So if you're coming from the 8 countries, upon your landing at the airport, you will be escorted by the CDC officer. They will take you to a special zone to complete all the entry procedures. So for the students who are coming from these 8 high-risk countries, including transits, please follow the instructions of the CDC officer. They will especially assist you, okay, to go through all these customs procedures and to take the specially arranged transportation to the government-arranged quarantine facilities. And when you arrived at the quarantine facilities, you need to take the PCR test. Okay, so these are for the students coming from the high-risk countries. Purchase a Taiwanese mobile phone number, a SIM card. If you are over 18 years old, you need to present your passport and your boarding pass, and then you can purchase a Taiwanese phone number. If you are under age of 18, you will need a parental consent letter. I just mentioned that you can download the documents from the website, from the IEE website. Please download the documents now if you have time. Download it now and print it out and ask your parents, mom or dad, ask them to sign on the documents. And then please tell them to give you the copies of their ID card. Copies of their ID card, not the original ID cards, okay? Only the copies. The copy of their passport, your mom or your dad's passport. Copy of the passport, driver's license. If your mom or your dad have a driver's license, make a copy of it, or any ID card issued by your local government. So we need two identification documents, two kinds, two identification documents from your parent. Copy of passport, driver's license, or any other ID card, okay? And then what kind of SIM card package you need to choose? Because according to our quarantine requirements, you need to undergo 21 days, 14 plus 7, that's total 21 days. So please purchase a SIM card package valid for 30 days. For 30 days or longer than that, they'll even be better, okay? So how much you need to pay for 30 days for the SIM card? Cash, 1,000 NT, 1,000 NT cash. Unlimited data, limited call, okay? So calls are limited, but data unlimited. 1,000 prepare $1,000, 1,000 NT dollars, and you can buy a SIM card for 30 days. Please make sure your mobile phone is compatible with the Taiwanese SIM card. Okay, so that's why you need to check. Now, check with your mobile service provider in your country. Tell them you want to use this mobile phone in Taiwan, so they can explain to you, is it compatible, or should you change, or should you set up any special function to do that? Okay, so check with the company in your country right now. CDC Inspection Station. If you are over 20 years old, you need to present your passport and your health declaration receipt, your mobile phone screenshot, okay? You need to present your passport and your mobile phone screenshot to the CDC inspectors. If you are underage, if you are under the age of 20, you also need your passport to show the passport and also your mobile phone screenshot. Plus, you need a document of your parental consent for you to stay in the quarantine facilities. So this document can be downloaded from our website. Please download the documents now and then print it out. Have you ask your parent to sign and then fill in the information. Prepare the documents with you if you are underage. And also, in CDC Inspection Station, the personnel will ask you, where are you going to stay? Are you going to stay 14 days in the government-arranged quarantine facilities, or are you going to stay in the quarantine hotel? If your answer is hotel, oh, I booked quarantine hotel by myself, then you have to show the proof. Show your hotel reservation record, the proof from the quarantine hotel, your booking proof to the CDC inspectors. If you are under the age of 20, one more notice, please don't forget to bring the document of your parental consent. Please remember to bring that. If you forgot to bring your parents' consent later, then the CDC inspectors will ask you to call your parents right away in the airport. You need to make an international phone call right away at the airport, at the CDC inspection station, because they will need to check with the parent. They need approval from your parent that you can stay in the quarantine facilities because you're underage. So that's why they need the permission from your parent. Personal and carry-on items checkpoint. This is the very important information, this page. Please don't bring in prohibited items from your country. Don't break the law of Taiwanese government. Don't carry these products into Taiwan. Don't do that. Please pack your luggage by yourself. Don't let your mom or dad or your siblings to get a hand on your luggage. Don't do that, because you have to pack your luggage by yourself. You have to be responsible of whatever you bring in, you pack inside your luggage. Products prohibited by the Taiwanese government, including meat, fresh fruits and vegetables, marine products, plants, seeds, etc. You are not allowed to bring them into Taiwan. For example, garlic, hot dog, meat floss, sweet wrapped in leaves, vacuum-packed meat, soil, sprouting seeds, moon cakes with meat filling, meat buns and sauce, including the bread and meals offered in flight, because this bread or meals contain hot dog or may contain meat inside. So if you cannot finish your meal, just leave it in flight, leave it on the plane. Don't put them in your handbag, okay? Leave any meals, unfinished meals on the plane. Don't bring them down. Don't bring them into the customs. Otherwise, you will get a penalty. So if you want to bring face masks into Taiwan, if you want to prepare your own face masks, more than 250, you have to declare to the customs. If you bring in more than 250 pieces of face mask, you have to declare to the customs. To buy a mask in Taiwan is very easy. So I will recommend you not bringing too many masks, okay? Maybe you can bring in maybe 30 or 50 masks for the first 1 or 2 months. And after you enter Taiwan, you can buy masks very easily in Taiwan. And the price is very cheap. In Taiwan, for 50 pieces of face masks only cost you around 250. So it's very, very reasonable price, not very expensive. So students, please buy your mask in Taiwan. You can pack maybe 30 or 50 face masks from home. That's enough. Okay. Foreign exchange in the airport control area. If you cannot change money into NT dollar, if in your country, if there's no currency exchange into NT dollar, then you can change the money in Taiwan when you arrive at the airport. We have banks in the airport, and we also have some ATM machine. You can change for the cash into NT dollars. But of course, if you can do some money exchange in advance, if you can do that now in your country, then do it first. Because sometimes in the airport, if it's too crowded, if there are too many people lining up to change for the money, then you have to wait long to do that. And maybe the ATM will be running out of cash, right? So if in your country, if you can change money into NTD cash, do that first, okay? And number two, if your US dollar bills, all design US dollar bills, there will be some additional handling charge. So usually we bring in new, fresh US dollar bills if you want to do the money exchange in the airport. And then the banks in Taiwan do not accept 200 or 500 euro bills, or we do not accept soiled or mutilated currency bills. And these bills, you can see the lines here. They are all designed US dollar bills from years ago. Then there will be additional handling charge if you want to do the money exchange in Taiwan. Immigration checkpoint. You need to prepare the following documents when you are going through the immigration checkpoints. Number one, your passport, your visa. Your visa is usually stick inside your passport. Number three, overseas student entry permit certificate. This entry permit certificate we will email to you. OISS teachers will email to you. Print it out and put it together inside your passport. And number four, your arrival card. The arrival card, you can get it from the flight attendants on the plane. Before you land, the flight attendants usually they will ask you, arrival card, anyone needs arrival card? They will ask, and then you just raise your hand. Yes, I need arrival card. Then you can get the arrival card and then fill it in your information and put it inside your passport as well. Okay, so you need to prepare these 4 documents and then go through the immigration checkpoint. Oh, this is step number 4. After you go through the immigration checkpoint, you will arrive at the arrival hall. Yes, you can come out to the arrival hall. Number 4, report to Ministry of Education, overseas students reception counter. So before landing, when you're still on the plane, please use the restroom, use your bathroom when you can on the plane. After you land, turn on your mobile phone, turn on your mobile Wi-Fi, and then tell OISS teachers through Line app. Tell the teachers, you can tell Nancy, Crystal, Betty, or Teresa. You tell the teachers, oh, I already landed. Then the teachers will tell you what you should do next. Stay in touch with OISS teachers. Then claim your baggage. When you collect your baggage, make sure it's yours, okay? Don't steal other people's luggage. Make sure the luggage is yours. Find your name or your special mark on your baggage. You claim your baggage, and you can come out to the arrival hall. And then when you come out, you will see a very big yellow sign, yellow poster, yellow sign. It says overseas students reception counter. You just report to the counter. Tell the personnel your name and tell them where you're from. Okay? Then they will find your name. Oh, you're from Minchuan University. Okay, then you check in with the reception counter. You can find the reception counter in Terminal 1 and also in Terminal 2. Number 5, quarantine transportation arrangement. After you check yourself in with the reception counter, the personnel will help you. They will help you to arrange a transportation, usually a quarantine taxi, to your quarantine facility. So you just follow their instructions. They will tell you where you can take a quarantine taxi. You have to take a quarantine taxi to the quarantine facilities. You cannot ask your parents or your relatives, your uncle or your aunt to come to the airport to pick you up. No, you cannot do that. No one can pick you up from the airport. During this quarantine period, from the airport to your quarantine facility, you have to take a quarantine taxi to the facilities by yourself. And then if you are staying in the government-arranged quarantine facilities on your own expenses, if you self-pay, if you are not from the 8 high-risk countries, if you want to pay to stay in the government-arranged quarantine facilities, pay on your own expenses, you take the taxi, the quarantine taxi to the quarantine facilities, and then you can do the PCR test at the quarantine facilities. When you arrive there, people will explain to you how or where you can take the PCR test at the quarantine facilities. You just listen carefully and follow the instructions. You cannot use the public transportation. Metro, no. Okay, no metro. So take a quarantine taxi to your quarantine facilities by yourself from the airport. 14-day quarantine requirement. So students, if you are coming from the 8 high-risk countries, including transits, if you are coming from these 8 locations, you will be assisted by the personnel upon your arrival at the airport. Okay, they will explain to you what you should do now, and they will arrange the transportation to take you to the government-arranged quarantine facilities directly. So when you arrive at the quarantine facilities, you need to take the PCR test at that location. Then between day 10 and day 12, you have to take a rapid home test. Use a rapid home kit to take the test inside the room by yourself. And then before the end of the quarantine period, between day 12 and day 14, you need to take a PCR test. You can take the PCR test in the quarantine facilities. The hospitals or the doctors will come to the quarantine facilities to take the PCR test for you. So if you are staying in the government-arranged quarantine facilities, you can do the PCR test inside the facilities. And then, okay, if you're showing any symptoms, if you're feeling not well, fever or loss of taste, smell, any symptoms, you need to contact the personnel in the quarantine facilities. There will be personnel stationed in the quarantine facilities. You have to tell them you're feeling not that well. And also, please stay in touch with us, with Minchuan teachers, with the Minchuan OISS teachers. You have to tell us how you feel. If you need any help, we can help you. Okay? After you arrive in Taiwan, we will ask you to download, to scan this QR code and to download this app, Disease Containment Expert. You can choose English version. We have Chinese and English version for this Line app. So Disease Containment Expert, after you arrive in Taiwan, you have to download it to your mobile phone. And you have to activate it because every day, every single day, for the 14th day of quarantine, you have to report your daily health condition. You have to key in your body temperature. I think two or three times a day, in the morning or in the afternoon. You have to key in your body temperature every day through this app. Okay. 7-day self-health management. When you complete 14-day quarantine requirement, and then you need to have 7-day self-health management. During this 7-day period, you need to wear a mask all the time when you need to go out. Maybe you need to go out to buy meals. You need to buy food. You need to buy some personal stuff. So when you go out during this 7-day self-health management, please wear a mask. Please do not come into the campus or the on-campus dormitory. Please don't come into the campus during this 7-day self-health management. Please complete the total 21 days. After you complete total 21 days period, then you can come into the campus. Stay in touch with us and let us know your status. Any questions you have to tell us, any questions. If you stay in the hotel or in private apartment rented by yourself or school arranged self-health management dormitory, 1 person per room. Please make sure 1 person per room. You cannot share the bathroom with your roommates. No, you cannot do that. So during this 7-day self-health management, 1 person per room. If you want to stay in the hotel for 7 days, this is the hotel price, just for your information. It may go up, may go down. It depends on the stars of your hotel. 5-star hotel, of course, more expensive. So the average is around 2,500 to 3,000 person per room, not including meals. So if you're staying in a hotel, yes, you have to prepare more for your hotel fees and also for your daily meals. And if you wish, if you prefer, you can stay in Minchuan in the school arranged self-health management dormitory. The price is 800 per day. 7 days total is 5,600 only for the room price. Okay. Additional, please prepare additional 5,000 for your daily meals, electricity bills, your beddings, and your personal necessities. 5,000 extra, okay, for your daily meals and then your personal stuffs. Please be noticed. Minchuan School self-health management dormitory rooms are limited, and it will be allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. If the self-health management dormitory is already occupied, then you will need to book a hotel on your own expenses. Stay in touch with us. Please stay in touch with OISS teachers. You tell them, oh, I need to stay in Minchuan Minchuan Self-Help Management Dormitory for 7 days. And then the teacher will tell you, oh, is it possible? Or is it already booked? Is it all occupied or not? The teacher will tell you if you can stay in the school arranged dormitory or not. Okay, check with OISS teachers. How much? Yes, how much you need. This is just a estimate in NT dollars. How much do you need for this upcoming fall semester? Number one, Minchuan tuition fees and insurance. For this fall semester, for one semester, it's about 50,000 to 60,000 NT for the tuition fees and insurance. Number two, your dormitory fees. Regular dormitory fees is about this price. So if you stay in 3-person room, of course, the money will be around 21,600 per semester. And if you are staying in 6-person room, and the dormitory fee will be around 9,600. So it depends on your room type, and then the dormitory fee varies. For number one, number two, you can transfer the money to Minchuan University bank account directly. Number three, 14-day quarantine. If you are staying in the government arranged facility, it's around 21,000 NT for 14 days, including meals, okay? Including meals at the government arranged facilities. Number four, 7-day self-help management. If you are staying at Minchuan School Self-Help Management Dormitory, and then the fee is around 5,600 for the room only, room price only. 5,600 is for the room, dormitory room price only. And then number three, number four, these two items, you can pay cash at the convenience store. 7-Eleven, Family Mart, or OK Mart. You can pay after you finish, okay? After you finish your quarantine, when you come out, you can pay cash at the convenience store. Number five, Taiwanese mobile phone number SIM card, 1,000 NT for 30 days. You can pay cash at the airport. Number six, new student health checkup. We will arrange the new student health checkup on Minchuan campus in October, okay, around October, and the price is about 550. Pay cash at Minchuan campus. Number seven, alien resident card ARC application fee. After you come into the campus, or maybe during your quarantine time, the OISS teachers will explain to you how you can apply for the ARC. You can apply for ARC online, and the application fee is 1,000 NT per year. You can pay cash as well. Number eight, your personal living expenses, including your daily meals. It's about 35,000 to 50,000 NT per semester. Okay, you can pay at your own expenses. So overall, total is about this amount. You can see the number. So in US dollars, for one semester, including the quarantine fees, including your meals, that would be around 4,400 US dollars to 5,700 US dollars for the fall semester. So if your parents ask you, oh, how much do you need? How much do you need to prepare for traveling to Taiwan or for studying in Minchuan University? Please explain to them. Show them this page. Any questions, you can also ask us. We can explain to your parents as well. So don't worry, just contact Minchuan. Next week, we have online orientation again. Next week, we will focus on how you can join Teams online classroom, and then how you can select your courses online. And we will also explain to you how you can pay for your tuition fees and how you can upload your tuition fee payment proof to the Minchuan student system. And then you need to submit your verified certificates and transcripts to the Academic Affairs Office before the end of the semester in order to complete your registration Administration at Minchuan. You can download these slides, these PowerPoint, the slides from the website, download and then read it again and again. Contact us if you have any questions. So I listed 2 most asked questions so far. So number one, I have some cue cards from my colleagues. Okay. So the number 1 question is, should I get vaccinated before entering Taiwan? Answer, please follow your government vaccine policy. If you can get vaccinated in your country, if you already have vaccines available in your country, you can decide by yourself if you want to take the vaccine or not. It's your own decision if you want to do the vaccination or not. But please be reminded, even if you are vaccinated already in your home country, when you enter Taiwan, you still need to follow the entry procedures of the Taiwanese government, which is 14-day quarantine plus 7-day self-health management. Even if you are vaccinated in your home country already, when you come into Taiwan, upon your arrival in Taiwan airport, you still need to complete a total of 21 quarantine requirement. 14-day in the quarantine facilities, 7-day self-health management. It's the same for everyone. Question number 2, can I get vaccinated in Taiwan? After staying in Taiwan for more than 6 months, if you are already have the alien resident certificate card, the ARC card, if you're staying in Taiwan for more than 6 months, you can get ARC card. Then you can self-pay to join the National Health Insurance, NHI, the healthcare system in Taiwan. When you join the NHI, you can follow the instructions of the Taiwanese government to register online to receive a vaccine shot. Yes, so after you enter Taiwan and after you have ARC, you are staying in Taiwan for more than 6 months, you can register to receive a vaccine shot. Follow the Taiwanese government instructions. If it's your turn, then you can receive a vaccine shot. Okay, so I think that's the end of my part. Almost finished the presentation. And then we have OISS teachers, because in my presentation, I mentioned about their names many times. So we have Nancy and Crystal. They are in our Taipei campus, in our Minchuan Taipei campus. We have Crystal and Nancy. They are OISS teachers in our Taipei campus, and they have some information, some reminders they would like to share with you. So, Crystal and Nancy, please.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So first of all, for ICDF student, for your quarantine and 7-day self-health management, please confirm with your project manager. All of your quarantine and self-health management procedure will be responsible by your project manager. So please confirm with them. So for the rest of the international student, we need to tell you the difference between staying in a government-arranged facility and a quarantine hotel. If it's better, we strongly advise you to go to the government-arranged facility, because inside the facility, there are doctors, nurses, and the police. If anything happened to you, everyone there can help you. But if you stay in the quarantine hotel, it takes around 6 hours to go from your quarantine hotel and the hospital front and back. That it takes 6 hours. It's a lot of time. If anything happened to you, I don't think the time is just time consuming. Also, if you stay in a quarantine hotel, it's way cheaper than staying in a quarantine hotel. It's only 1,500 NT dollars per day, including your meals. If you stay in a hotel, it's above 2,500 a day, and meals are not included. I saw someone ask about the quarantine system for entry. Before you board your flight, you will be asked by your airline to fill your quarantine entry system. You need to fill it out first for you to board your flight. But once you arrive in Taiwan and you buy the 30-day SIM card, make sure you buy the SIM card that lasts at least 30 days because you will be tracked by the government, Taiwan government, for at least 22 days starting the day of your arrival. So make sure you buy the 30-day SIM card when you arrive Taiwan. And when you enter when you fill out the quarantine system for entry, make sure you input your passport full name, not your nickname. Do not enter your nickname. This is an official document. Everything you enter is formal, so you need to enter your passport full name for the quarantine system for entry. Page number 9.
Okay, once you obtain your visa, please email to us, Crystal and I'm Nancy, okay? And then I need email to us your visa and your passport, okay? Take a picture of your passport and visa and email to us. Once we receive your email, I will contact you. I will email back to you, and then with the line QR code, and please add to the line code. Then
we will communicate through line. It'll be more convenient for us to communicate with you through line.
And then at the time, we will need to know where are you going to stay for your quarantine. Are you going to choose your hotel, or are you going to choose the government facility? Okay, and also we need to know you will need to arrange your flight. That is 2 weeks later, because we need to apply for your entry permit from Taiwan's Ministry of Education. So that process needs at least 2 weeks. Okay, at least 2 weeks. So we need to know all this information first in order for us to fill in the forms and apply the entry permit for you.
That 2 weeks start counting from the day you give us all your information, because we need all your information to process your entry permit. So you need to find a flight that departs 2 weeks after you give us all your information.
Any questions?
I think most of you don't have Taiwan phone number, Taiwan SIM card. You will have to buy one when you arrive in Taiwan airport. Make sure you buy the one that lasts at least 30 days. Do not buy any SIM cards that last less than 30 days, because you will be tracked by Taiwan government for at least 22 days. And it's only $1,000. Okay, and there's someone asking how much does the PCR test cost during the quarantine? If you stay in the government quarantine facility, the fees, you don't need to pay anything. Everything is covered by the 1,500 per day. But if you stay at a hotel, quarantine hotel, every district is different. Some you might need to afford your own transportation to the hospital. and the registration fees is 500 NT dollars. But again, every district has different policy. So we suggest you just choose to go into the government quarantine facility.
Excuse me, page number 11. Okay. All the passengers, all the people who enter Taiwan, they need to do the 14 days quarantine plus 7 days health management. The process is the same. Okay, on the 10th day, you need to do a home test. Okay, and on the 12th day, you need to do the PCR test. Okay, and home test kit, that kit will be given to you at the airport. It's covered by the Taiwan government too. Okay, and PCR test, it's covered by the Taiwan government too. But if you live in the quarantine hotel, you need to pay for the hospital registration fee and transportation fee. But if you stay at a government facility, everything is covered. There's no transportation fee, there's no registration fee. So that's why we suggest you to choose the government facility.
Someone asked about the quarantine system for entry. Before you board your flight, your airline will ask you to fill the system. But at that time, if you don't have a Taiwan number, you can just fill your phone number in your country. And then when you arrive in Taiwan, you bought the Taiwan SIM card. You need to fill the system again with the Taiwan phone number. So you can receive the text message that links to your health declaration from the government. The text will be sent by the Taiwan government. And you need the health declaration to show it to the CDC staff at the airport for you to go through the immigration at the airport. And we suggest that you have the Taiwan dollars ready before you come to Taiwan. Because by the time when you arrive to Taiwan, if you come too early or you come too late, the currency counter is not open yet or they are closed already. So make sure you have the new Taiwanese dollar ready before you fly here. Any questions? Do we need to get health checkup even though we already submit a health certificate for the visa? That's different because you do your health checkup for the visa. That's for the visa. But when you arrive Taiwan, after you finish your 14 days quarantine and 7 days self-health management, you are required by the Taiwan Ministry of Education to do another student checkup, health checkup. So there's another checkup you need to do after you finish your quarantine and self-health management.
You don't need to book for the government facility. If you choose to stay at the government facility, we will help you to do so. Okay, we will help you to do so, to book the government facility.
Whether if you can bring your instant noodles or powdered milk, you should confirm with your airline.
Yes, don't bring any food that have meat.
That's why we said confirm with your airline.
The 7 days health management, you cannot enter school campus. So that's why if you choose to stay at the school dormitory for the semester, you will have to book the self-health management dorm for the 7 days.
Or the regular hotel.
Yeah, or the regular hotel or a private apartment.
Any Any more questions?
I think the students already finished their question. So thank you, students, for your attention. So today's video will be recorded and we will upload the link to the website of International Office. So IE website, remember, log in the website, click news and click online orientation, and you will be able to see this video again, and you can download the slides as well. Read the slides one more time and then read or watch this video from the very beginning. You can do that.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
There's one new question. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
You
cannot order food if you stay in the government quarantine hotel, because they might worry that if you get sick from the food you order. I don't think hotel will allow that either. So no, they will prepare food for you. So don't worry that you were starved. They won't let you starve. They will have food for you. For the Ministry of Education health checkup, we will arrange a date, and there's a specific clinic you need to go to. We will tell you the information later on.
Tuition.
Any more questions? Also, if you choose to stay in a quarantine hotel or government quarantine facility, once it is chosen and you stay there already, you cannot change at all. So you have to make up your mind before you go into the quarantine. You cannot change at all.
Okay, starting from this year in June, because of the virus Delta, so the Taiwan government has the new regulation that all the passengers enter Taiwan, they can only choose quarantine hotel or government facility. So Minchuan quarantine dorm is not able to have the quarantine dorm at all.
Only the self-help management you can stay in Minchuan dorm.
All the passengers, this is the government regulation. So Minchuan does not have the quarantine dorm anymore. They are not allowed to have this, to have the quarantine dorm by the school. So only quarantine hotel and the government facility. And then all the students from Indonesia, you need all your government facility will be arranged by the government too.
All the passenger coming from the Indonesia has to go into the government quarantine facility.
That's required. You cannot choose to stay at the quarantine hotel at all. You can only be arranged by the government to stay at the government facility.
And you cannot choose the location. I suggest you change your money, the currency at your country at the airport. If not, bring the card, the debit card with you. So just in case you don't have any cash with you, you can bring your credit card.
After you obtain your visa, we will have a line group. So we will wait for you to have your visa emailed to us. Then we will have the line group, and it's much easier, convenient to communicate. Okay, I think that's all. Any more other questions? We can communicate. We can talk. We can communicate later on. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
thank
thank you,
you.
Nancy, Crystal, and the teachers will stay in touch with the students, and of course, students, when you get your visa done, please contact us as well. Tell us you already have your visa available, and then we will advise you what will be next for you. So thank you for watching. We will see you next week for the team's online courses selection. Bye-bye. See you next week.